It's the final race meeting of the season in the iRacing Porsche Cup, and our final race meeting here on Apex Racing TV. And we couldn't have gone to a better circuit, really, in North America to decide it. Welcome along to round 12 of 12 in the iRacing Porsche Cup here at the Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca. So many famous corners: the Andretti hairpin, the corkscrew, where the drivers plunge a few hundred feet down the hill and on their way towards the final sector of the lap. Well, hello everybody, Adam Baffio, Andrew Woodhouse and Conrad Benter for the final race meeting of the season. And Andrew, it's going to be a shame to see the Porsche go on Apex Racing TV, but we're going to go out with a pretty good race here, I think, tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty sad actually. We've enjoyed the Porsche Cup this season and also in season 1 as well. And yeah, on to different things for us, and I'm sure that this will go out with a bang. It looks pretty close in qualifying.
Definitely, yeah. Hanken Guven currently on the provisional pole, 1:21.8, only 2 tenths of a second ahead of David Tommy Osgard, who is doing well. Third is Pavel Girol, then Oriol Berhe in fourth, and Maurice Lerner in fifth. And Conrad, we've got new cars coming out soon. The GT8, the GTEs, the Ferrari, and the Fords expected to hit tomorrow.
Yeah, exciting times. How long have we waited for a Ferrari to show up on iRacing? And I have to say, after watching that Ford GT and a couple of series, it looks like an epic car as well. So really can't wait for tomorrow.
Neither can we, Andrew, I think.
No.
We could be racing in the Le Mans at the weekend.
Yeah, I think that's the plan, at least at the moment. And yeah, I think we're going to go for the Ferrari, but because it looks a bit more, looks like the visibility's a little better. So I think that's what we're going to go for. But the Ford is an absolute beauty of a car, and I'm sure we'll try both and see what we think.
Yeah, I think we're going to pick the Ferrari mainly because our budgetary reasons, we can only limit ourselves to one monitor. So yeah, visibility is at a premium. So yeah, that is part of the decision-making process here in the Apex commentary box. Anyway, we're running through the championship standings going into this final race meeting as the qualifying was coming to an end. Joni Heikkinen leads Kim Eriksson. Then it's Tommy Osgard in third, David Williams in fourth, Sindre Setsas in fifth, sixth Maxime Briand, seventh Vedran Kral, then Joseph Burton Harris, Hanken Guven, the pole sitter in ninth, and Bruno Fontalba rounding out the top 10.
It does appear that a lot of them are skiving, doesn't it?
Well, I think it's Monday night, isn't it? So it's probably it's the end of the it's the beginning of the working week, I should say. So yeah, well, here we go then. Down to the grid. Let's run you through the starting lineup for the final race of the season. Hanken Guven on the pole. Then it's Pavel Gergel in second. Then Tommy Osgard in third. Oriol Berhe in fourth. Moritz Lerner fifth. Sixth, Luka Petrinic. Then Joni Heikkinen in seventh. Then it's Bastien Remis in 8th, 9th Zoran Klasic, and then in 10th it is Bruno Fontalba. 11th is Greg Stewart, Kevin Asher in 12th, 13th Patrick Kubinji, and then 14th is Fevzikan Ozkan, 15th is Michel Vichy, 16th Michael Parsons, 17th is Georgi Zajon, and then it's Ali Turkan in 18th, Maurizio Maccone in 19th, 20th is Jasper Groeneweg, 21st is Kieran Blacklock. And starting at the back in 22nd, he's got a lot of ground to make up. It's the pro driver, it's David Williams.
Yeah, Williams has been near the back a few times. Conrad, you've driven the Porsche quite a lot on iRacing, and what's this circuit give you in terms of the challenge with this particular car?
Lots and lots of headaches. we did it in the BSR Porsche Cup a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, turn 1, that braking zone is really difficult. And the braking zone going into the corkscrew is an absolute nightmare. You have to be so spot on with it, otherwise the back end will step out and you will end up in the wall.
Ready to go then. 20 seconds before we get the lights on, and yeah, it'll be a 25-minute. It's a 20-lap race actually. Yeah, 20-lap race for the final race of the season. And here we go then. The revs begin to rise. Week 12 of the iRacing Porsche Cup.
Oh, jump start at the front.
He's rolling backwards.
Guven
Yeah, he's away.
Forward, but I wonder if he's got away with that slightly. Just see whether he comes in at the end of the first lap.
Pavel Gorgel then trying to take the lead around the outside into the first corner. That might work, but the Andretti hairpin, usually the inside line, just works in your favour, and Hanken Guven's able to hold on.
And over nearly.
Was that Kubinji and Heikkinen as well? The Action Finland drivers involved there. And Joni Heikkinen. Oh, and another car over. It's Fontalba, the Frenchman.
Frenchman flying through the air there. after some contact with... Was that Bastian Remise, was it?
It was Kevin Asher.
Kevin Asher.
So a whole load of problems there with Heikkinen and Fontalba both out straight away, both straight back to the pits, and I wonder if we'll see them again at all for the rest of the race as we head up the hill towards the corkscrew for the first time. Moritz Lerner and Petronic involved.
Greg Stewart off and Kieran Blacklock off. He went off on the right and now he's off on the left.
Well, Blacklock started towards the rear and he's still there now, only 2 positions gained. And a slowdown penalty for Moritz Lerner.
Lerner is quite a way up the field. Well, that's going to put him to the very back because if you get a slowdown on that one... Oh, contact with... he's helped out a bit there, wasn't he?
I think he hit the sausage curve on the inside, I think he might have done.
Possibly Michele Ricci might have given him a bit of a nudge as well.
Yeah, those things can be a bit of a nuisance, and he got caught out there and that just relegated him further down the field. Hanken Guven did jump the start and he's came in and served his stop and go penalty.
Yeah, we've all done it. It's a bit daft, but we have all
especially when you've got an automatic clutch, but yeah. Or maybe he wasn't using one.
We have all suffered from the jump start. Conrad, it's about the worst thing you can do, isn't it?
Yeah, like Adam said, we've all done it at some point or another. I did it only a couple of weeks ago in a Jetta, no less, so that was pretty embarrassing. And
I think I was on that race. I think you jumped the start, Conrad.
Yeah, I was around Monza in a Jetta, and I started on pole position as well. So it's very easy to do. You get trigger fingers when you're starting at the front.
Well, I've jumped a rally stage start, so there you go.
Well, I mean that's even harder to do, I must admit. Tommy Osgaard, though, having said that, is he's right with the leader Pavel Gogol. Where's he going to make the move? Is it going to be into the Andretti hairpin, Adam? I wonder.
It's definitely probably one of the key overtaking points, maybe even easier than the corkscrew, because the fact the inside line just works so well. It's very difficult to hold it out around the outside, but it can be done. And if Tommy Osgaard does try and move up the inside into the first corner, Pavel Gogol can probably try and make it work. But for now, they're both staying single file as they go into the first corner on the 3rd lap. The rest of the top 10 then. Gogol leads the way, Osgaard second. Third is Klasic, who's up 6 positions. Fantastic start from him. Then it's Oriol Berhe in 4th. And Luka Petronic in 5th. Then it's Bastien Remise. There's still one Frenchman going strong. As wide on the exit of turn 2 is Berhe. That's 1 position lost, maybe even 2. There's Remise looks up the inside, but no way through there.
David Williams has had a good start as well, starting in 22nd place. He's already up to 11.
Good move there, Michael Parsons. Bastien Remise, that's his 10th position gained. Parsons up to 6th now after starting in 16th place. Past where that left-hander where Jorge Lorenzo had a huge incident 9 years ago in the MotoGP at Laguna Seca.
One thing we see, Conrad, with Laguna Seca above nearly all the other circuits on iRacing is the amount of dust getting thrown onto the circuit. We're going to see a lot of that.
Yeah, it's not a track with a lot of greenery on once you get off the racing surface, and especially going through the corkscrew, you get a lot of dust, and the next left-hander after that, you see the leaders coming out of the last corner, just pebbles going up as well. So yeah, I'm not sure. These guys are pretty good, so they should be on the racing line at all times, unless they're going for an overtake. So they shouldn't really have a lot of problems with the dust being kicked up offline.
Bohe and Parsons having a bit of a ding-dong, I think.
Yeah, those two very close. Car 10, Oriol Berhe, the man from Iberia, against Michael Parsons, UK and Ireland driver. Last time around, Berhe did a 1:24.8, 1:23.5 for Michael Parsons, so a good 1.3 seconds quicker than the Iberian. Of course, is due to Berhe's mistake on the exit of turn 3 earlier. But for now, the two just staying relatively close to each other. Of course, the story of the Porsches in this one season we've been covering it is how it seems to be difficult to either follow or try and get overtakes done due to the slipstream not really working too well in the Porsches. So we do see a lot of this single file racing, but we do see some fantastic overtaking, similar to F1 really this year.
It does mean that the cars can run relatively close to each other, though, of course. But yeah, you're right. It seems to be more traditional racing, and the little mistakes here or there tend to decide it.
No MX-5. After the racing we saw at Road Atlanta to settle the BSR MX-5 title last night. Anyway, close battle behind just a little bit further back. Michel Ricci, who we saw in the IMSA, having a little look at the inside of Ozcan into the final corner. Oh no, and that's a spin.
Who's that around? It's Ricci is around. What's he doing?
Oh! And he's stuck in the fence, and there's no way that anyone's going to be helping him.
Who was the victim there?
That was Maurizio Maccone. They were both in the IMSAs last night, actually.
Oh dear. And that's kind of how Maccone's car ended up last night as well at one point.
That's the definition of that's not gone well.
That wasn't his fault either, Maccone. What can you do if the guy tries to do a J-turn in the middle of the circuit? For me.
Just trying to work out how it started. So Ricci, first of all, it wasn't his fault that he got turned around. That was the fault of the black and green car of Ozcan. But yeah, and well, Hank and Guben, I thought that was Ozcan in the pits there, but yeah, Ricci out the race, and Maccone has carried on, I think. Yeah, he has, but the car's really wrecked. But I think he might even pull over now. Yeah, he has. So that it will take a hit for those two drivers' safety rating, of course, because this is an official series. And Maccone's safety rating is in a pretty precarious position. It's 1.7 actually, so he's not too far away from automatic demotion. The same for Pavel Gergel. His is 1.1, so needs to be a bit careful.
Well, he's going to have to defend from Tommy Osgaard in a very clean way, isn't he? Then Osgaard is closer now than he's been so far in the race. And the brakes into the hairpin. 300ths
quicker on that last lap. High margins here.
It's very, very close. What would you do, Conrad? Where would you be looking to make this move? Would you be looking to maybe surprise him somewhere?
Yeah, it's risky, especially since looking at where Osgaard is sitting in the championship. He doesn't want to make any silly moves here. And you've got a possible win, I reckon, going into turn 1 or even the last corner might be his best bet. Anywhere else, like the kink that where they are in now, and then going into the corkscrew might be a little bit risky.
Wait, these cars are a bit noisy, Conrad, compared to your Jetta.
Oh, I tell you what, the Jetta will put a baby to sleep. These things, yeah, I've had to turn down the sound on iRacing a little bit in order to hear what other people in my channel was saying.
Jetta, you probably have to turn the Jetta up to make sure it's still working.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how much you turn that thing up, you'll never hear anything.
Well, it is pretty interesting doing a broadcast when you've got the loudness of the Kia and then you switch over to the Jetta class and can't hear anything at all. But here you go. Yeah, top 10 then. Lap 7 of 20 here at Laguna Seca in the iRacing Porsche Cup. It's Pavel Gergel leading the way, 0.6 of a second ahead of Tommy Osgaard. These two pretty much running away with matters at the moment, ahead of Zoran Klasic in third. Good day of Eurocentral, Eastern European really. We've got Luka Petronic also represented in fourth, and Oriol Berhe in fifth. Sixth is Michael Parsons, seventh is Bastien Remis, up 10 positions. Eighth is Kevin Asher, the DH driver, and then David Williams up 13 positions, the pro driver, who I believe has nearly got the highest iRacing in the field. In fact, that role goes to Joni Heikkinen, who barely got moving at all.
Osgaard for the lead.
Here we go. Just had a little look. But you've got to time the corkscrew move to perfection, and maybe even do a dive bomb similar to Zanardi at this famous circuit in the kart series back in '96.
Did some amazing moves into the corkscrew. Cars and bikes. A great MotoGP one, wasn't there, a few years ago? And Osgaard so close. Do you think he might be just at this point trying to wait for a mistake?
Plenty of time to go, yeah. When we get to line 1, lap 8 of 20, so wide in the background. That is someone wide. I think they might just be getting lapped. Oh no, it was a Klasic. Somehow he managed to hold back everyone. But Petronic trying to have a little look into the first corner. It might actually be Berhe that looks up the inside. A little look. And again, there he goes. Contact. And off. But he's back
Berhe
off.
going off. And was it him that instigated? Was he up the inside?
Yeah, he
tried
to
get up the inside. Oh, not a lot of room given. It's a bit of a 50-51, that, isn't it, I think?
Well, if we were saying earlier how you've really got to take advantage of the drivers in front making mistakes, and Berhe saw it, He saw the clear bit of track and then the door was closed.
Michael Parsons looking to take that position away from the 14 Luka Petronic. And he's got a lovely run through that kink at the back of the circuit.
Lights are flashing.
Doesn't elect to try into the corkscrew, and Petronic just does him a favour.
Runs out of talent, I think.
Does his job for him into the corkscrew, and it was a bit of a corkscrew on that Porsche 911.
Fortunately, he doesn't hit anything, as someone took a very wide line there, running over the bumps. That's Kevin Asher with, is that Netflix livery on the back of?
I think it's a Netflix GoPro Twitter type thing, isn't it?
A fan of his streaming media.
Unless he may be a streaming person. I'm not actually sure at all. As David Williams then has a fantastic run on him regardless. Oh.
Will he be streaming by?
He might be streaming by, might be steaming if David Williams gets through as well. You never know.
There we go. The VRS livery, so synonymous with sim racing here with David Williams at the wheel, pro driver. 6,000 iRacing. That's the third highest in the field. Second highest is Moritz Lerner, that 6,600, and yeah, no one's beating Joni Heikkinen's, I don't think. 8,000 iRating.
Conrad, it's so difficult to gain iRating up to that point. 6,000, it sort of doesn't bear thinking about for someone like me at least.
Yeah, I wouldn't know either. I was doing jumping jacks when I hit 3,000 at one point, and that's about as far as I came. It was all the way back towards the negative part again from there on in.
You can't sneeze at 3,000. Adam, I think I'd give maybe a limb for nearly 3,000 at this point.
But yeah. I mean,
look at these two flying away though.
They're literally 8 seconds ahead. As Kevin Asher, one for Bastien Remis. What's happened to Remis? The Frenchman has lost it in the final corner.
And now, oh dear, who's that? Is that Oscan?
It is Oscan, the man who was in the mix with Richie earlier on, trying to get the move done on the outside into the first corner.
Not giving up though.
Be careful, lads.
Side by side. Very, very close that between Oscan and Bastien Remis. It's just constant, just dust floating around the circuit, isn't it?
Very dusty offline at this circuit. Really can catch you out. We've seen a few times losing it.
And on the line in places as well. And now look at that in the background. That's Moritz Lerner trying to make his way back to the field. He just takes number 16, Georgi Zizon. Now I'm probably going to get crucified for that. I think he's Hungarian. Is Zizon?
In the right area, Central Eastern Europe. That's all I know anyway. Through the corkscrew they go again. Nice 4-car train being formed here as Moritz Lerner now tries to get by Ali Turkan. Ball goes a bit wide there. Can set a driver up. Very close indeed going into the penultimate corner, and now can he get moved on up the inside? In fact, it looks like it might be Zizon. Zizon hits him.
Oh no!
And he's over. And he's over again. And that was who was it that went into the back of him? It was it was Kabinji. It was Kabinji that tried to get there.
Lerner's suspension's broken. Did you hear that? He tried to get on the power, and he just went banked hard left into the wall. I'm glad you found it as funny as I did, because I thought, there's nothing he could do there at all.
I think it might have been broken already, but it was definitely broken after that.
Unless he thought, oh, I'm gonna try and straighten it up again. Oh dear! And who's this now? Kevin Asher has lost a position to David Williams. So Williams actually up into 5th position.
Yeah, 12 positions now gained for for David Williams actually. 17 positions actually for Williams. 12 for Parsons.
Parsons is looking quick out there. He just needs to get past Klasic.
Now into the corkscrew again. Williams closing in under braking there. The gap's coming down visibly. And around goes Parsons. And he's gone.
He's out. Is he disqualified?
I don't think that was a disqualification. I didn't look it, but that might just be a straight. I've had it.
Oh dear. Well.
Oh no, I think actually it might be a disqualification. You know.
He was doing so well.
17 incidents after 5 laps. Must have picked up a few off tracks in.
Well, we've had 11 laps, in fairness.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the wrong car. There we go. I'm looking at one of the cars sat in the pit lane. Yeah.
We have had 11 laps, but still, that's still a lot.
This battle for the lead continues to get ever more interesting. We're on lap 12 now, so 9 laps to go.
That's the point. Get ready to hang on to your safety rating on Saturday and Sunday. Hang on to it for dear life.
Oh dear me, I don't even know what I'm on.
Although we could get a lot if we do well. We could get a lot.
I'm on 2.2, so I'm safe. But for the iRacing, yeah, 1,600 as we go through the left-hand kink up the Rahal straight. Both running wide there. You can see why you pick up the incident points.
In fairness, though, when was the last time you did an official series?
Oh, dear, God only knows.
6 months, maybe.
I can tell you.
The BMW, I
let's have a
reckon
look.
it was.
Yeah, I was probably, if my mind serves me correctly, I think it was an IMSA Sports Car Series race at Road Atlanta. But I don't even think I've done an official race in 2017. You know how late it's been.
I know what my last race was. It's Porsche at Okayama, and then my wheel broke.
It was on the 25th of November. I did a BMW race at Silverstone. I started 7th, finished 22nd with 21 incident points. So something must have gone wrong.
Everything, maybe.
Probably why I haven't raced since. There's a lock up there by Gurgle going into the first corner.
He's doing a good job of defending, isn't he? There's nothing Oscar can really do. Not at the moment, anyway.
Lucky on the side of the car. Will he be feeling lucky here? 8 laps to go. Good run. Lap times again, 22.7 for Gurgle, then a 23.0, so 3 tenths of a second quicker, but oh goodness me, Tommy Osgaard. What a save that was.
Was that a bit of a clinch, was it?
It was. Oh, but then again, Gurgle can throw away a few tenths there by running wide through the left-hander, so close battles, this close battle for the front continuing.
Tommy Osgaard will be very pleased for me to tell you to get the right call in, the fact that he's actually Norwegian, and yeah, he's definitely maybe showing some of that Viking spirit to try and get through on your goal.
Luka Petronic has moved himself up into 8th position, getting past Bastien Remis, who went off with a left-hand kink. Over off there for the Frenchman.
I don't know if Petronic looks a bit sideways there. Now the car side by side, it's Asher, and is it Bohe? I think Asher's managed to get past Bohe, or sorry, maybe staying ahead of Bohe. Williams is pressuring Klasic in front. And Williams is very wide into the hairpin.
Invited that move, really.
We'll go around the outside though.
There you go.
Nice, very nice from David Williams.
The place is his.
The British driver making some inroads on this field. 3rd place now.
Can he get it done? Yes, he can. So Williams through. On his way towards the left-hander now.
Have you... Are you on a replay?
No. I was trying to get the words out, but got it wrong. But yeah. Kevin Asher then. Yeah, going through the left-hand kink now. Oriol Berhe right behind.
Is this going to be the final lap?
No, don't worry. It's a 20 lap race, not a 20-minute race.
Oh, sorry, my fault.
Asher. Oh no. Problem. It's Klasic. And just behind him, there's a nice battle going on there between Petronic and Bastien Remis. And of course, Remis lost that position after he went wide on the kink going up the Rahal straight, and he's going up the inside into the final corner. That's not gone well when drivers have tried it in the past. There's not much grip on that AstroTurf, but
not really.
Petronic just a Klasic side. Petronic just able to hold on to it.
Yeah, we'll see what Remis has got in response. There's not a great deal this time. Yeah, we're so used to these timed races, I think that I get a little bit of a shock to the system when we have to do laps again.
Really is. Just in front of those cars, there's actually Oriol Berhe and Asher still continuing their scrap. Really all squirming all over the place as they go into the left-hander there. Now up the hill. Bit more of the lap times like for Asher and Berhe. 1:23.3, 1:23.4, and he runs a little bit wide there, Asher. Good invite, a little bit of pressure there, and behind them, Ozcan flashing the lights a little bit. Closing up and right, very much going under braking. And Asher gets a bit sideways there on the exit of the corkscrew, so we'll invite a bit more pressure here from Berhe going through the final sector of the lap. That downhill left-hander, very difficult to get right, as is this final right-hander, and then the run into the final corner where a run on the exit is so important. We'll see what the lap times are like between these Porsches as we come over the line to start lap 16 of the race. 5 to go.
Really close, isn't it? Though in this sort of third down to ninth is only 6 seconds.
Another lock-up.
Asher goes wide. Berhe might try and take advantage, but I don't know who's going to do that.
Might get a cut back. Just gets him ever closer to the rear bumper of Kevin Asher's Porsche. Good run. And Asher knows it. He's moving over to the inside to cover it. Trying to go around the outside there, hey?
Is there enough grip? And not this time. Ozcan having a look as well. With the kink, fast left-hander, the hill. Towards the, up the Bobby Rahal isn't straight. And then down the corkscrew. This is a fantastic section down this hill. Like 2 left-handers and then this right-hander with a lot of camber. And then the final corner, it's going to be a chance for Berhe this time, surely. If not, maybe the chance for the cutback.
Patrick Kabinji is out.
I'm surprised he wasn't already, to be honest.
Disqualification for the Diaz driver.
Second race we've seen Kabinji not cover himself in glory, really.
First corner again, Andretti hairpin, Ozcan almost filling in that gap. Now we're on lap 17, 4 laps to go. Not too much movement again in the lead battle, still 0.2 of a second between Gurgel and Tommy Osgaard. And Kavinci not too happy with, I think, Greg Stewart in what transpired in that battle that they were having, which resulted in Patrick's disqualification.
Very close up front as well.
Oh yeah, 1/10 of a second, or maybe just 2/10 as they go through the final sector. When they cross the line, they'll be starting lap 18, 3 laps to go.
Osgaard needs to make sure he nails this final corner. No half moves anywhere else. Absolutely nail that final corner, and this time I think he has.
Gap is 2/10 as we come across the line. Gurgel does a 22.8, 22.6 for Osgaard. A fantastic lap, and he's looking up the inside and he's going for it.
Try it.
Oh, they're locking,
going
they're
a bit
locking.
wide.
Grabbling for grip.
Osgaard had no momentum, and Gurgel, he outbraked himself, but Osgaard, yeah, just let that momentum slip away from him in the middle of the corner. Gurgel knows though now he now has to cover the inside line.
Crazy the lack of grip that these drivers have on the circuit. They're all trying everything they can to get the cars under control through that Andretti hairpin. That was his chance, Tommy Osgaard. Not too many more will come his way inside the final 2.5 laps. But he'll try again. Top 10 then with 3 laps to go. As we check back in on that Asher Berhe duel. Gurgel leading the way, Osgaard second. David Williams now in third. 19 positions gained for him. 4th is Kevin Asher. 5th is Oriol Berhe. 6th is Ozcan. 7th is Klasic. 8th is Petronic, as here comes Berhe for the position over the top of the hill into the corkscrew. No way through once again. And rounding out the top 10 is Ramis, and in 10th is Ali Turkan.
Yeah, they've managed to survive pretty well. But quite a way off the pace.
The final corner comes Berhe.
Got planned this time. He's going to have to cut back. A nice exit. Febzi Ozcan is lurking as well in case anything goes off between these two. Kevin Asher over the crest of the hill. Do this left-hand kink flat out towards the Andretti hairpin. Hard on the brakes. And down the
Ozcan.
inside goes Ozcan. Looking for the opportunity. Bohe hangs on to this one just about. About clears him.
Oh, Ozcan having a little look on the inside into turn 2.
Conrad, what are the tyres like at this point?
Well, I don't know. It's difficult to say. We only did, I think, a 10 or a 12 lap race, so I suspect they might just be a little bit more feathery on the brakes going into these heavy braking zones. Otherwise, grip comes at a premium.
Here comes Ozcan.
Grips at a premium for Bohe and Ozcan, Adam, I think, as well.
Oh, over the top of the hill.
Oh, he's going around the outside.
Ozcan.
Corkscrew.
Ozcan.
Ozcan't.
Ozcan. You nicked my line, but there we go.
Not this time. Not this time. It's more Oz maybe, I think, because there's still be a lap to go.
There we go. Penultimate corner. Last lap
I do
about to get underway.
apologise for stealing the pun there.
There we go. We got at least we're reading from the same script as we go for the final corner. Great minds think alike and all that. Final lap. And it's 7/10 of a second lead for Pavel Gergel. He's just done a fantastic penultimate lap, 22.8 compared to Oscar's 23.2. And that might just keep him ahead of the Scandinavian, the Norwegian, for the final lap of the race.
Yeah, that gap is quite large now. I mean, Oscar is quick, but I'm not sure he's that quick. Try and get 8/10 of a second back. It's very, very close though for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th. You can see them all in that one shot. Going up to the Dunlop Bridge.
Which we'll be doing many times at the weekend.
Yeah, well, hopefully many times.
Foreshadowing what's to come. Yeah. At least we won't have to worry about night racing yet.
You never know.
You never know. Yeah. Up the hill we go.
Telling us something that we don't know.
Hashtag soon. Over the top of the hill. Half a lap to go then, and
massive lock-up from Kevin Ashley. Sorry.
Yeah, he's trying his best to hold on to that 4th position. That'll be a fantastic result. Checker flag, and Pavel Gergel takes the victory in the final race of the season in the iRacing Porsche Cup. 2nd for Tommy Oscar. He tried everything he could. It just wasn't enough. And 3rd position will go to the pro driver David Williams in that VRS liveried car. He takes the checker flag in 3rd. Then it's going to be Kevin Asher. Oh, I thought he was disqualified then. But yeah, he holds on to take 4th, 5th for Bohe, 6th for Ozcan, 7th for Klasic, 8th for Petronic, 9th for Remise, and 10th will be Ali Turkan.
Yeah, he disappeared, didn't he, Asher? And it looked a bit dicey for him for a second, but no, it was good. It was an enjoyable race. There was a bit of argy-bargy going on out on the track today, Conrad, but apart from that, these drivers always put on a pretty good show.
Yeah, I have to admit, I think this has been one of the more exciting races we've had in the last couple of weeks.
The finishing order then. Gergel really trying his best during that final race there, saying in the chat. He takes the victory then. Tommy Oscar takes 2nd, 3rd for David Williams, 4th for Kevin Asher, Bohe 5th, 6th for Ozcan, 7th for Zoran Klasic, 8th for Luka Petronic, 9th Bastian Remise, and 10th for Ali Turkan. 11th for Georgi Zajon with Greg Stewart 12th, 13th for Jasper Groeneweg, 14th for Kieran Blacklock, 15th for Patrick Kabinji, and then it is the cars that didn't finish. Bruno Fontalba crashed out, Michael Parsons disqualified, then Moritz Lerner ended up finishing 15 minutes. It was spending 15 minutes in the pits. Maurizio Makone, really unfortunate victim in the crash with Michel Ricci, who didn't know where he was going at one point. Hanken Guven also out early on, along with Joni Heiken, and the man with the number 1 on the car, the man with the highest iRacing. iRacing will have taken a little bit of a dent, and so will have his safety rating.
So his car.
And so, more importantly, his car, yes, in the final race of the season.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a shame that the Porsche Cup is going, at least from our point of view. I'm sure it'll continue elsewhere, but yeah, you know, it's been really fun covering it, hasn't it, for the last 2 seasons?
Definitely, yeah. Conrad's been around for it a bit more than we have. He's been our resident Porsche man. And yeah, we've seen some good races around so many different tracks. And Laguna Seca putting on a decent race to end the season. Conrad, some final thoughts?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed the last 2 seasons. It was, I think, it was a bit of a steal for us to get the debut season in this car just after it got released. And yeah, I'm gonna miss it a little bit much. My Monday nights aren't gonna be the same anymore.
You might have to drive it now.
No chance.
Well, you'll hopefully see Conrad in the 2017 Le Mans 24 Hours. Actually, no, you won't because oh no, maybe you might be in the top split. You never know. Which will probably be
He's
broadcast.
laughing.
There we go. Yeah, I was about to say you won't see him because you won't see us definitely.
No, well, no, there's no chance.
But you'll probably hear about it in the many broadcasts that are coming up on Apex Racing TV. But
We
yeah,
might
well,
ask Adam Bath if he can get a stream going for that one.
well, the alcohol will be flying. Well, hopefully the car won't be. I'm sure
dear.
it won't top the Monza performance. That's for sure. Well, before we offend anyone, and we'll quickly,
Anyone else?
we'll run away from Laguna Seca and say thanks for watching the iRacing Porsche Cup this season. Thanks to everyone that's covered the series. So this season, whether that's me, Andrew Woodhouse. So we've had Sam Kumo along for the ride. We've had Alex Simpson in here whilst we've been off doing
Ryan
ASRC. Ryan Walker's been here.
Lee Thompson.
Lee Thompson. List goes on. Apologies, I haven't said someone that hasn't been there. But yeah, thanks to everyone that's been a part of the iRacing Porsche Cup this season. We're not done though. Get a midnight snack and join us for the return of the Ritmatech Sports Car Series from its week off. And it's at Bathurst. Why do you not want to miss watching that in at 2 in the morning? Stay awake and join us for that one at 2 a.m. British Summer Time. We'll be there for that one. But from here at Laguna Seca, from myself, from Andrew Woodhouse, from Conrad Vento, and from all of us here at Apex Racing TV, it's a good evening to you all.